What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Chase's credit cards, and more specifically, your odds of approval or difficulty of approval in comparison between Chase's flagship credit cards. This being the credit cards that Chase offers themselves and are not going to be co-branded with another airline, hotel chain, or another company. So that's going to be the Freedom Unlimited, Freedom Flex, Freedom Student, Slate Edge, Sapphire Preferred, and of course the Sapphire Reserve. Now before we get started, if you guys do end up enjoying this video, of course make sure to subscribe to the channel, as we put out videos just like this all the time with tons of other credit card information, as well as liking the video and leaving a comment with your thoughts on this video, as well as suggestions for videos you'd like to see in the future. So now everything in this video is going to be my opinion based on research I've done. Do not take this as fact. You're not going to see this written down anywhere. This is more of just things that are observed from other people's experiences online, whether people are approved for specific cards with certain credit histories, or whether they were just rejected. And of course, things can be changing all the time. As time goes on, odds of approval for a credit card might increase across the board or decrease. And it's really hard to say specifically at this time how hard it's going to be a specific card. But generally, the trends that we're going to talk about today should hold true through the future, as long as there are no major changes to any of these cards. Now, the first card we're going to be talking about today is the Chase Freedom Student Credit Card. And before we get into talking about a couple of the things about this card that make it a little bit easier to be approved for, it is designed specifically for students. So most people won't be actually able to apply for it or shouldn't apply for it because they're not a student. They're not really going to be approved. It does say they may ask for special documents, maybe to confirm you're a student if maybe they're smelling something fishy. But this credit card is really just aimed towards people who are students, as like a first credit card, that sort of thing. So it's not going to be really for everyone. It's kind of a specific demographic right there. So I wouldn't say this is across the board the easiest Chase credit card to be approved for, because not everyone even can try to be approved for it. So just to touch on a few of the points, it's going to have a $50 bonus offer for your first purchase. It's going to get you 1% cash back on all purchases, which is good for a first credit card. And then a few other benefits that would maybe help people who are applying for their first credit card and trying to get into what everything's going to look like into the future. And moving on from this card, the Slate Edge is going to be the next easiest card to be approved for. And generally, this credit card is going to be good, or your likelihood for approval is going to be good. If you have a credit score of about 700, it is hard to say because income plays a huge factor. This credit card is really designed as something to be like a balance transfer card, or something to just have a low interest rate in general. It does have a special 0% APR offer for 18 months for balance transfers and purchases. That does appeal to a lot of people. That being said, that's really all this card's designed for. It doesn't have any annual fee, of course, but it also doesn't have any purchase perks. You're not going to be getting any rewards. It doesn't have any annual fee. So it's really just for someone who maybe wants to get their foot in the door with Chase, but really it's probably going to be more geared towards people who are looking for something with a really low interest rate for a balance transfer or just for purchases. So just something to keep in mind if you are looking at this card. Now moving on, we're going to be taking a look at the Chase Freedom Unlimited and the Freedom Flex. For all intents and purposes, the difficulty of approval for both of these cards is going to be the same. The cards are essentially the same with some minute differences that I'm going to talk about right now. So just to start out, the Freedom Flex is a MasterCard, which is important to take note of. It also is going to be earning 5% back on up to $1,500 in combined purchases in bonus categories each quarter you activate. And this is unique to the Freedom Flex. Right now, January to March, we're going to be getting grocery stores, excluding Target and Walmart, and eBay. And then these are going to be things that are similar across the Freedom Flex and the Freedom Unlimited. 5% back on travel purchase through Chase, 3% dining, 3% on drugstores, and then you're going to be getting 1% on all other purchases that don't fall into these categories. And really the only difference to the Freedom Unlimited is you're not going to be getting that 5% rotating category, but your floor, that means the minimum amount you'll be able to earn for any purchase, is going to be 1.5%, and you're still going to have that 3% on drugstore, 3% dining, and 5% on travel purchase through Chase. Of course, you are going to get this cool gas station cashback bonus offer, as well as this $200 bonus for spending $500 in the first 3 months of having the card, as well as a bunch of other cool benefits that, as you can see, kind of bring this card to kind of a level above something like the Slate or the Freedom Student. just being that you're going to get better rewards rates, greater benefits, as well as things like 3 months of Dash Pass, as well as a special earning rate on Lyft. So again, something to keep in mind, this is going to definitely be the next step up from the other cards we talked about previously. Generally with the Freedom, and again, this is not fact, you're probably going to want to have a credit card already, as much credit history as possible. Sometimes we even see if people who have less than a year of credit history might not even be approved. Again, this is not fact. Things are constantly changing. People have been approved with less credit history, but generally we're going to see people who have a bit of credit history and over a brief period of time, doesn't have to be too long, but they're going to probably be the people who are going to get approved for something like the Freedom Flex or the Freedom Unlimited. Now we're going to kind of move into the next tier of credit cards that Chase offers, that being the Sapphire Preferred. This is the lower end, as you could say, of their more premium luxury travel focused credit cards. The higher tier will of course be the Sapphire Reserve, which we'll talk about in a second, but Sapphire Preferred is definitely going to be something that's a little bit tougher than these other credit cards to get. Of course, going to be tougher than the Freedoms, and you might want a little bit more credit history, maybe a year or two, and maybe a few credit cards, maybe a bit of time of having a Freedom Unlimited or a Freedom Flex, showing Chase you're consistent, you'll pay off your bill, you're not going to spend too much, you're not going to miss payments, that sort of thing, and that you're going to want to be a customer that they're going to want to keep. Of course, this credit card's going to offer a ton more benefits. It does have a $95 annual fee, so you're kind of seeing that tier of credit card kind of increase, and the level of consumer you're going to see looking for this credit card is also going to increase generally, because people who are going to spend $100 on an annual fee, they're probably more interested in some of the benefits of the card and maybe not as much the 0% interest, that sort of thing, or credit building characteristics of a card. So you're of course going to get the 60,000 points for spending $4,000 in the first 3 months. You're also going to be getting $50 in statement credit towards hotel stays purchased through Chase, which is an awesome benefit with a $95 annual fee that, if you're going to use it, that pretty much makes your annual fee $45, which isn't too bad for all the benefits you're going to get. Of course, 5x points on travel purchased through Chase, 2x in other travel, 3x in dining, 3x on online grocery, 3x on select streaming, and of course 1 point on other purchases. You're going to get 25% extra redemption when you redeem your points through the Chase Ultimate Reward Portal. You also get a few other benefits through DoorDash, Peloton, and Lyft, kind of building on what you're going to get with the Freedoms. You're kind of seeing the next step up. You're going to get a year of Dash Pass here. You're going to get this better Lyft redemption rate and a little Peloton offer here that you can make use of. So you'll see this credit card is, of course, a little bit more difficult to get approved for than the Freedoms and, of course, the Slate. Now moving on to the highest tier credit card that Chase offers at this point to the public, that being the Sapphire Reserve. Now, as you can see, the benefits of this card are similar to the Sapphire Preferred. This is kind of just like a toned up version. You're, of course, going to have a $550 annual fee, which is a little bit steep, but for a lot of people, the benefits will more than pay for that. Of course, you're going to get a $300 travel credit right off the bat, which is more than half the annual fee, and if you can make use of this, that kind of makes the rest of that $250 a little bit easier to digest and kind of break down into different benefits. You're going to get 50,000 points for spending $4,000 in the first 3 months. You're going to get 5x total points on flights when you purchase through Chase Ultimate Rewards after the first $300 is spent on travel purchases annually. 10x on hotels and car rentals when you purchase travel through Chase Ultimate Rewards. 3x on other travel worldwide. 10x on Chase dining purchases with Ultimate Reward. 3x on other dining at restaurants. And of course, 1 point per dollar on other purchases. You're also going to get that 50% extra redemption value on the Sapphire Preferred. You got that 25%. So just kind of taking a step up onto the value you're going to get for redeeming your points through the Chase's portal. And of course, here we're going to get some extra partner benefits. Of course, you're going to get Dash Pass, Lyft Pink. You're going to get extra Lyft points, as well as a Peloton offer, as you can see right there. You're also going to get some really great travel and purchase coverage protections. Of course, no foreign transaction fees, similar to the Sapphire Preferred, as we're going to expect on a travel-oriented credit card. And of course, a few other premium travel benefits. You're going to get access to the Luxury Hotel and Resort Collection, complimentary airport lounge access through Priority Pass, which is a great benefit for people who travel a lot. You're going to get a TSA pre-check or global entry credit, which again, for people who travel a lot, something great to make use of, and of course Chase's 24/7 customer service specialist. So this card, essentially you'd say maybe has the same odds of approval of the Sapphire Preferred. However, it does have a minimum credit limit of $10,000. That means if you get approved for this card, Chase has to at least give you a $10,000 credit line, which doesn't sound like much, but that is a pretty good chunk of change that they're going to be risking on you. So compared to something like the Sapphire Preferred, they don't have to give you as large of a credit limit on this card, so they may be able to approve people who maybe have a slightly less stellar credit portfolio. But something with the Sapphire Reserve, having this greater credit limit comes with increased need to make sure you're a solid credit candidate, and kind of tells us why this is like the top tier of credit cards that Chase is going to offer. So that was just a quick run through of the credit cards that Chase offered. We also didn't go through any of the business credit cards Chase offers, as that's kind of another task, and we'll make another video about that in the future, as well as all the other partner credit cards Chase offers, as there are just a ton of them. We also made a video similar to this about American Express's credit cards and the ease of approval from easiest to hardest. There will be a little card in the top right hand corner that you can click on to check that video out once this video is over. So as you can see, Chase does offer 6 just Chase branded credit cards with varying degrees of difficulty to be approved. Of course, remember that everything in this video is just based off of other people's experiences online and is definitely not fact. Chase is not going to admit exactly how everything works, unfortunately, and we kind of just have to go off of other people's experience. If you guys do have any questions, of course, try and leave a comment down below, and we will do our best to respond. And there are also a ton of other people who are very knowledgeable who may be able to help you as well. Of course, leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it, and subscribe to get more videos like this in the future in your subscription feed.